We dig deep into Measure 1A, a hefty new tobacco tax that could become the highest in the U.S. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. First, it's official. Loveland opens for the season this Friday with service on Chet's Dream for skiing and riding on Mambo, Catwalk, and Home Run. Colorado is the only state in the nation with daily lift service right now, and all three ski areas, including Keystone and A Basin, got at least a foot over the weekend. A Frisco man accused of slicing his roommate with a samurai sword was in court today, facing 2 felonies for that October 1st attack. 42-year-old Joshua Ramirez allegedly diced his roommate, sending the unnamed man to the hospital with serious cuts to his face and hands. Ramirez is out on $7,000 bond, pending a hearing for first and second-degree assault. He has not yet entered a plea, nor given a motive. Tonight in Silverthorne, local nonprofit Mountain Dreamers is giving you the chance to see America through the eyes of an immigrant.
Eventually, they were turned around and deported, but not before she was separated for several months from her father, shipped off to Chicago, and though they've been reunited in Guatemala, she's suffering the after effects of all this.
That was Peter Backen with Mountain Dreamers, describing one of 5 short documentaries showing tonight. The nonprofit started last year when local immigrants gave their community a voice and supported others facing prejudice and possible deportation.
Our immigrant community is such an important part of our community life, of our economy.
Tonight's event is free with films about the immigrant experience in modern America. And if you miss tonight, Mountain Dreamers will host a second screening tomorrow at CMC in Breckenridge.
Come to these screenings to support your friends, your colleagues, your employees, the people that your kids go to school with in our community. These are our friends and neighbors that we're supporting.
Doors both nights open at 5:30 with drinks and refreshments. The films begin at 6:30. Donations to Mountain Dreamers are welcome. Measure 1A on the November ballot is a tobacco and nicotine tax, the only new tax at this year's local election. County Commissioner Thomas Davidson explains.
We're in a good position. There's been an awful lot in the news lately with regards to the dangers of vaping and what it's doing to people.
1A creates a $4 tax per pack of cigarettes and 40% tax for all nicotine products and devices, like vape pens. It's designed to grow 10% every year until 2024, ending with an 80% tax on nicotine. Ulrich Voischen, a senior policy analyst with the Tax Foundation in Washington, D.C., says that if passed, it would be the highest tax rate in the nation for anything.
It definitely seems that they're giving people 4 years to get rid of the habit, because with an 80% tax on retail prices, you're almost doubling the price of the product.
Officials estimate the tax could generate $3.86 million next year alone for youth and adult anti-smoking programs, but Davidson claims revenue is not the goal.
And this tax is about making this product more expensive, because we know if we do that, people will use it less. There's study after study after study.
Commissioners faced some backlash from Big Tobacco when that tax was first announced in late summer, but since then, the whole industry has come under fire.
It's interesting how that's gone away. I think that they've got bigger issues that they're dealing with right now.
One last thing our policy analyst noticed, revenue from this tax can be used for any public health and welfare programs, not just anti-smoking, and there's a clause exempting it from the Taxpayer Bill of Rights. A yes vote for Measure 1A imposes that new tax January 1st. A no vote denies the tax and any possible revenue. Breck's fiber network and election resolutions are on the town council agenda in Breckenridge tonight. At the special meeting happening earlier today, council heard the latest on a multi-million-dollar fiber optic project, bringing town-owned fiber to neighborhoods and businesses through new partner Allo Communications. Council also hears first reading in support of 3 ballot items, including 1B for open space funding, 4A for public school funding, and Prop CC, a statewide question about tax refunds. Measure 1A is not on the council agenda. In Frisco, Town Council hears about the future of Vinny's Bistro and temp buildings at the peninsula. Vinny's is moving this fall from its current location between 3rd and 4th Street to a new home just across the street between 4th and 5th on the 2nd floor above Next Page Books. Council approval is the last thing they need. Council might also amend zoning for town buildings, allowing for 3 temporary office buildings behind the Nordic Center. Both regular meetings begin at 7 p.m. and are open to the public. In sports, tonight is opening game of the World Series, the Houston Astros against the Washington Nationals. Vegas has odds on the Astros. All Colorado teams are off until tomorrow when the Nuggets open the NBA regular season. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, Summit High Boys Soccer plays Steamboat Springs at home today. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.